Okay, everybody, welcome back, or welcome if you're just now joining us. In this video, we're going to go over surface area of cylinders. So the first part we're going to start with is the lateral surface area. So here's our formula. Like I said, I always like to put an L for lateral, okay, so I know what I'm finding. And then it's 2 times pi times r times h, where r is your radius, and h is going to be the height of your cylinder. So the distance between those two circles. So all you gotta do, just plug into the formula. So I'm going to look at my picture here. First, I'm going to see my radius is 10. And remember, the radius only goes halfway across. Sometimes they'll give you the diameter and you got to divide that by 2 first. But here, since we're just going halfway, that's our radius. My height is 16. And now my lateral surface area is 2 times pi times the radius, which is 10, times the height, which is 16. Now I'm going to do this both ways. I'm going to leave it in terms of pi, and then I'm also going to give you the decimal answer. So in terms of pi, you got to multiply everything together except for the pi. So you do 10 times 16 times 2, which gives you 320, and that's pi. Okay, and it's yards squared because it's surface area. And then if you plug in 320 pi into the calculator, you'll get 1005, and then when you round it, you'll get 0.3, and again, it's yards squared. So depending upon what the assignment says, you leave it in terms of pi, or you round it to the nearest tenth. Okay, now this one. Again, they've given us the radius, 7, and our height, which is 11. So our lateral surface area, we just plug in 2 times pi times the radius times the height. And again, multiply everything except for the pi if we need it in terms of pi. So 7 times 11 is 77, times 2, it's 154 pi, and then it's inches squared. And then if you multiply by pi, you'll get 483.8 inches squared. All right, so that's the lateral. Very easy. So now we'll go here to the total. So the total surface area, we can see this is the lateral part. And then also this pi r squared, that's the area of the circle. But since there's 2, we have to do 2 of them. So that's the 2 bases right here. So again, all we need is the radius and the height, which we already know what those are. So radius is 3, and the height is 9. So you just plug in total surface area, and again, I like to put the T, so I know it's total. It's going to be 2 times pi times r times h, so 2 times pi times the radius, which is 3, times our height, which is 9. Plus, now we got to do 2 times pi and then r squared, so 3 squared. Now I'm going to show you again how to do this in terms of pi and then also to the nearest tenth. Okay, when I'm doing it in terms of pi, I always calculate this together and this part together, and I still leave it as a plus. So this part right here, I do 9 times 3 times 2, so that's 54 pi plus, and then now here we have 3 squared, which is 9 times 2, so that's 18 pi. And so then 54 pi plus 18 pi, that's 72 pi, and then our units are inches squared. And then if you do 72 times pi in the calculator, you'll get 226.2 inches squared. Okay, next one. Okay, our radius is 5. Our height is 11. So our total surface area is 2 times pi times r times h plus 2 times pi times r squared. Okay, and again, calculate this in terms of pi and calculate this in terms of pi. So we have 11 times 5 is 55 times 2. So that's 110 pi plus, and then here, 5 squared times 2 is 25 times 2, so it's 50 pi. So altogether it's 160 pi, and then it's yards squared. And then just plug in pi to the calculator. You get 502.7 yards squared. All right, and that's all there is to finding the surface area of a cylinder.